But the transition into being solo, how was that? Was that something that you always wanted to do? Was it as easy as you thought?
Yo, honestly, I'm gonna be real, man. I didn't want to be solo. You know, ever since I was young, I used to like force my younger brothers to sing with me. Around like 7, I was like 7, forcing my younger little brothers to sing with me. Go in front of my mom and dad, we'll sing. Made my dad cry, he gave us money and all that.
Oh, that's fire.
And the first time I've been to a concert was like, I seen Boyz II Men. My dad put me on his shoulders and I was watching Boyz II Men concert. I always wanted to be in a group. Why? Because of the sound and the melody. But for some reason, I feel like God was like tugging me like, all right, I needed you to be equipped. So you needed to be in the group. I needed you to learn some things. You need to be around these people. But originally, I'm gonna pull you out and draw you somewhere else. And I felt it in my heart, but I didn't want to. I wanted to hide behind the group. I wanted to hide behind everybody. And it's like,
it's nice to know your role and have a role and everybody pulling their weight and
Exactly. And it's like, now it's like, God is like, I gotta pull you out. I gotta show you what you made of. Like, you gotta see yourself the way I see you. That's how God is with me now. And I'm like, all right, Lord, you know, I'm gonna just go on out here, be a solo artist. And I feel as though now is the season for me to do it, because regardless if I want to do it or not, I know it's destined for me to do it.
Right.
Ain't no other way.
Your gift is strong enough to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why God's pulling you that way. Did you always write? Like, did you write when you was in a group?
I did. I used to write.
You did arranging too?
I did arranging, but I had to learn a lot when I was in the group. You know what I'm saying?
I think the arranging part is probably a big thing.
That's the biggest thing. And by me learning with my two guys, shout out to Mark Love, shout out to Young Just Official, shout out to you guys. They really groomed me to be the artist that I am today, even though we was in a group. And they used to be the pen. I have the ideas. I spark the conversations like, we need to be like this, and they'd be like, you know what, I got a song, and then, you know what I mean? And I used to be the motivational one. Then after a while, like, by me being in the group, time went by, and you know, we get older, we like go part our ways. That was around the time where I had to learn myself now. What was it that I was bringing to the table being in the group?
Right.
And that's going to determine who I am as a solo artist. So I had to cultivate myself to learn how to, you know, arrange songs and write my own songs, to the point me being alone, I'm meeting other people, and like how I felt in the group, I looked up to my man Just and Mark, like they could sing their ass off. I looked up to them, but as I'm away and other people meeting me, they look up to me. They like, yo, you could do this, you could do that. I'm like, oh, word. And then as I'm meeting other artists, I'm writing songs for them and I'm doing stuff for them, not realizing the whole time I was in the group, this is all I was soaking up. But if you notice, a lot of great artists that solo started out in the group.
Absolutely.
Beyonce, Michael Jackson, Justin Timberlake, like a lot of major, yeah. So it's like
Bobby Brown, all of them.
Real rap.
The list is all the greats for the most part except Prince. And Prince kind of just he was in a group, but it was Prince and them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Real rap. So just thinking about it, it's like, yeah, I had to go through that grooming season, and it was tough. It was tough. You know, I go in the studio, choke. They be like, yo, you taking too long. Like, come on, you gotta do this. But then after a while, like, I had to go through those tribulations at first, because where I'm at today, I can teach someone else that's just beginning. I know how that feels. I know what it feels like when you gotta be rushed, but just take your time. You know what I mean? Boom, 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 bang. And I can, you know, I help other artists also. Like, I help other artists arrange a song. Rappers, singers, it don't matter who it is.
As you should. But it's like, one, you gotta find your voice. But before you find your voice, you gotta work on your ear.
Absolutely.
And being in a group gives you the ear, and it gives you a voice. It doesn't give you the voice.
Absolutely.
So then there's a transition, and then there's finding yourself in the studio by yourself. You see what I'm saying? And singing ain't just singing. A lot of great voices, and I see them. I see them on some of the biggest stages. And sometimes when they should have went down or should have went flat, they go up, and it'd be like, oh shit. Cause they air, you know what I mean? It ain't there. Like the arrangement was off, or they ran out of breath and did the wrong thing. But like it's noticeable when like I don't have to listen. The TV could be over there. We could be talking right here. As soon as that, oh shit. That was crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
you be like,
it jumps out because it hurts.
It
hurts somebody that knows
you
the
got
difference.
The ears. Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
And to the average person in the crowd, oh, you did great. And that's another thing about artists. They beat themselves up a lot because they know where they went wrong at. They know what it was like when they was practicing it 1,000 times and it was good. Then as soon as they get in front of people, they fucked up. They know they criticize themselves that way. But then to the people that ain't got the air, but they there for the fun of it, for the entertainment, they look at them like, yo, that was amazing.
Because it's something that they're far from being able to do.
Absolutely. So and then the artists, most times they beat themselves up and be like, I could have did better. Ain't nothing wrong with beating yourself up about it. You could have did better. But when you really think about it and you sit back to yourself and you really think about it, like, all right, I just gotta get better at it. I can't hold on to it.
You're a quarterback. You gotta give yourself the fuck, but then you gotta run the next play.
Got to.
You know what I'm saying? You have to, after the game and all that, you can analyze and say, this is what went wrong, I'm never doing that again, but you gotta keep it moving. You know what I mean? You have to, they say quarterbacks have to have the shortest memories or something like that. And it's like, yeah, because you gotta get everybody on track for the very next play in a couple seconds.
Correct.
And you might be getting off the ground.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Gotta let that, yep.
But it's a lot of weight. Like, I always tell people, man, we're in a privileged position. Most people will never be on a stage or in a forum at a podium with a full room's undivided attention.
Mm-hmm.
With that comes pressure. It comes responsibility. So we are supposed to be hard on ourselves, but we also got to be realistic about the fact that it's one time.
Mm-hmm.
It's one time. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, it's just not the Grammy stage.
And that's what separates greatness, because Michael Jordan probably wouldn't have let that slide if he fucked up on that joint. He'd have been like, I'm in the gym tonight after this game.
But that's the thing. You got a gym too. You see what I'm saying? You got a gym too. You know how to rehearse. You know how to reset.
Mm-hmm.
You figure these things, and you know how to call and help.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You have a network already of people that you don't even have to worry about how they gonna look at you if you call for it.
Right.
Type shit.
Right.
And one thing that I tell you, talking to you, you're a very humble dude. You know what I mean? And I like that about you. But I saw in your bio something jumped out to me.
Talk to me.
It's this word, man. This term. Gatekeeper?
Yeah.
What gates we talk about? Heaven?
Honestly, it's more so as in something speaking it into existence. I feel as though, I mean, I'm 29 right now, and I look at my life like by the age of 40, 50, I'll be a gatekeeper.